There we go. All right. I have to find out buttons. It's my fault. I was pushing buttons and things weren't happening. So thank you, Jenny, for being here. You too, Wingspan. And I know she can't enter chat. I wish this thing would stop bouncing. Thank you. Come on. Stay there. Anyway, I'm going to say hi to a friend of mine who's here but can't join us in chat. Thank you for joining us, Jan. Um, anyway, we're going to wait for a few more people here. We got 3 people in here. Yeah, yeah. I'm still learning the trade here. Like I said, I feel like Tav most of the time. Don't touch the buttons. No pushing buttons. Figured I got an extra light going on back here. That'll help with the view here. Um, I'm going to kill my mic and everything behind me here for about a half a minute. I forgot something that's I left something on in the background. All right, that should help. I had my AC going. Anyway, well, Jan just left. What happened to my signal here? Hey, Cliff, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Anyway, as I've mentioned in the past, we'll go ahead and get this started. Um, I've had people talk me into getting back into the news business. See, in the 80s, when things were a whole lot different, I was a stringer for about 6 or 8 different networks. Yeah, networks. CNN, Headline News, ABC, NBC, Mutual Radio. I did a lot of work back then. So I've been living on Social Security now for, well, a disability check for quite a few years now. I don't believe that's still showing my kitchen. Sorry, guys. Anyway, I have news that I'd like to share with all of you. The news that mainstream media won't share with you. There are a few people who have an idea. I used to be an insider. I have more than just an idea. There are people with proof, and I plan on bringing them to the front instead of you accepting my word for it, because somebody's already decided my credibility isn't up to snuff in his opinion. Thank you, Wingspan. I appreciate all you're doing for me. Anyway, my signal is not the best signal here, so things are going a little haywire here. I worked in the news business for a long time. I started in the business when I started in radio. when I was 14, right after I got adopted, calling the races, figure eights and foreign stock at the fairgrounds. Anyway, this is in another state, a long time ago when everything was analog. I mean, editing a news story all came down to finding the right spot on the tape, mark it with a grease pencil, lay it in a splicing block, and cut it with a razor blade, tape it back together with some scotch tape, cellophane tape. I have a long way to go to learn the new tricks of the trade. I need to learn the way digital media works. Anyway, because I am so, I hate to use the word destitute because I'm not. I have enough to get by on. I live comfortably, but that was my choice. There is no rainy day fund because all I have is my veterans check and my social security checks. I'm now officially retired, so it's, it'll all work out. Now, as Wingspan put up earlier, we're going to have to do this, how do they call it? Crowdsourcing, crowdfunding. So if Wingspan would please post my PayPal link. I'm working on other avenues to accept donations. Now, thank you, Wingspan. I appreciate that. And StreamYard says my signal is very unstable, so if you lose me, I apologize. And yes, it is looking better. I'm liking the idea of this light being on here. It makes me a little more visible instead of me sitting in the dark trying to make everything bright enough for you to see my face. I'm going to crack this joke. I've been dying to. I had to check the calendar about 3 or 4 times today. Feels more like a Monday than it does a Thursday. Point is, they're not supposed to have 2 Mondays in the same week. I'm having a Monday today. And my little partner here seems to be thinking he's going to interrupt me too. So basically, what I intend to do here, Wingspan, I'm going to give you a little brighter here. I like this one. Anyway, the point is, the only way I'm going to be able to get started, I need equipment. I need lighting. As you can tell, I need lighting. I have a very, very old camera, old computer. Just like me, it's all old. I mean, my computer is like almost 10 years old. I'm running on Windows 10. The security updates end this year. Uh-oh. And we have a new subscriber. Don't know who you are, but that's okay. Anyway, yeah, I'm hoping we can laugh through this one. I mean, I'd rather laugh through life than get angry. There's a, no, I had a few videos back the three kinds of persons I don't tolerate, the three kind of people I don't tolerate. Instead of, hey Joko, thank you for being here, buddy. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. There's according to the American Psychological Society, to criticize someone else without really a good cause, they call that self-criticism. Can't even say it. Yeah, I know you're listening. Thank you, Cliff. When you criticize somebody else, you're actually criticizing yourself. And that's okay. I do understand it and I do get it. I mean, some people don't have, shall we say, don't have enough confidence in themselves. Now, y'all can see this scar right here, right? I got that scar and a matching scar on this side from my canine teeth. I got it in Bangkok, Thailand about 50 years ago. Somebody popped me in the mouth because he thought I was talking out of school or saying things I wasn't supposed to be talking about. I was in the Navy. The guy that hit me was a Marine. Well, I've been acquainted with that same Marine for the last 50 years. He decided he wanted to go back to the mother country. See, I'm a Sicilian. I'm only half. He's full-blooded Sicilian. He thinks I'm not enough, but that's okay. So he starts criticizing me and he thinks I'm all this and I'm all that and I'm full of BS. Problem is I know who my father is. He doesn't. Life's too short to carry on with that kind of shall we say that kind of hubris. Nobody needs that kind of negativity in this world. I don't. I don't deal with it. I don't tolerate it. It's basically bullying. Verbally, but it's still bullying. I'm one of those kind of people. How shall we put this? If it's in here, it's on my lips. Now, just so y'all understand, I had the reason I say I'm having a Monday is I had myself a little script going on here. I can't find it. I worked all afternoon yesterday to get that together. I can't remember where I put it. It's on my hard drive somewhere. I've been all over it. I can't find it. And I know I saved it. So anyway, the point is there are forces at work in our world, such as this man. We've got things like Cosa Nostra. I've heard people talk about uh, the Skull and Bones, the Deep State. I am, like I said, I used to be an insider, and I'm not just the news. I've known politicians, senators, congressmen, presidents, presidential candidates, military brass. I was related to a lot of them. Doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter. I saw what was going on behind the scenes. They talk about the backroom deals in this smoky rooms, I mean, backroom deals that don't make it to mainstream media. The CIA has already taken all of that from us. The news, that is. The only news, in my opinion, anymore is independent. People like Long Island Audit and Harvey Freebird. Yeah, Harvey Freebird's a cop watcher, but he's a journalist. Chris Ryder and of for public safety and official misconduct. Hey, Juggalasses, thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining us. It's good to see you, buddy. Anyway, I intend to bring all of this to light. But the way I'm going to have to do it, because my credibility has been questioned, doesn't matter who it's been by, it doesn't, that's all under the bridge. I don't care. Talk is cheap, in my opinion. I can bring receipts. I've been there. I've been to places, I've seen things that nobody even knows exists. There's a part of our government that isn't out there. We saw a real small sliver of it with people like Elon Musk and our illustrious new president. Hey, Stephanie, thank you for being here. I'm glad to see you. So, anyway, the point is the only way I'm going to be able to bring this to you is crowdsourcing. I don't have enough money in a bank. My money goes in, goes right back out. I'm living hand to mouth, paycheck to paycheck. And it's been that way since I started getting sick a few years ago. I'm healthy now. I'm getting healthier. I still have a few medical issues that I need to solve, but that's not going to get into my way. I'm not going to let that get in my way. I'm not going to let it slow me down. I've been too sick for too long. It's time I come out of my shell. Anyway, if Stephanie or Wingspan can do me a favor and post that link one more time for my news channel and also the PayPal link. Anybody willing to help me out, just a few dollars. Anything can help. Everything helps. I'll have a shopping list on that channel. I'll post a shopping list on that channel that'll tell you what I need, how much it's going to cost me, and I'm going to work to get it, and I'm going to work very hard to bring you these stories like I've been doing here once a week. I'm not sure exactly when, but thank you, thank you, Stephanie and Wingspan. I appreciate both of you. It's really good to see you guys here. I'm last week there was hardly anybody here. I think we lost Cliff. Excuse me. Anyway, oh, well, I keep seeing the numbers changing up here. So somebody disappears, somebody else comes in. Subscribers, what I need right now for the news channel, the big picture, is like I have here, 50 subscribers, 50 plus subscribers on YouTube, and you can go live. Yeah, I kind of figured I just got mine after I was already 12 minutes into it before I got mine on my phone. So I get it, Stephanie. It's that's YouTube. We just have to play the game. I'm feeling good, Juggle Assets. I appreciate that. Um, I'm gaining weight. I'm working every day physically. I walk 2 miles every morning, anywhere from a mile to 2 miles, depending on how I feel. I'm doing my exercises, my push-ups, my curls with the weights, chin-ups, sit-ups. It's it's going to take me a long time. I'm 67 years old. I'm pushing 70 real hard. I want to be able to bring all of this to you people. We're going to try and do this without making YouTube mad, you know? Wow, Jugglasses, that's cool. Oklahoma Outlaw, thank you for being here. So we got a few people in here. What I'd like to do, again, I'm going to recap this one more time because I've only got about 5 or 6 minutes. I can't stay on here for more than 30 minutes. I have a chihuahua right over here that decides he needs my attention. And if I'm having a conversation with someone, he wants to join that conversation. When we get to 50 subscribers in there, we'll start doing this on the big picture. Now, you understand the big picture, there's three others, the big picture. That's why I had to put S.T.D 58 in there because they wouldn't let me just the big picture because I intend to expose wow. Are you Jugglasses? I have a question. Are you on the carnivore diet like John Felix in Florida? Because that man's looking pretty good too. He's been dumping weight. He doesn't look like he's stressing. That is awesome. You're below 200 pounds. I'm trying to get as close to 200 as I can. You're doing good either way. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Whatever you're doing. Exactly. Hard work and dedication is going to be, it's going to be a grind for me to get back to it, but I want to get back. I have a voice. I have a platform. I have a small audience that wants to know what I'm doing, which is okay. Anyway, congratulations, Jugglasses. That's awesome. And I hope you've noticed I have trouble keeping a straight line because it goes that way and that way. Too many head injuries. That's why I work with a script. Tonight I'm winging it again. Exactly. Well, I'm snacking all the time, so you stay away from that high fructose corn syrup. That stuff is nasty. That stuff will mess you up. I'm uh I'm a borderline diabetic. I'm pre-diabetic. So I stay away from all that kind of stuff too. I don't eat white bread. I eat smaller portions. I spread my portions out through the day. I spread my food out through the day. I eat if it fits in your hand, that's the way I was taught to eat about 5 years ago when I was having trouble with my gallbladder, when I first started getting sick. If you can fit it in your hands, that's a portion, and you come back and eat every hour. That's what I had to do until I got my gallbladder back under control, and then everything started coming back together for me, and I started gaining weight again and everything. And then all of a sudden, I see a doctor quite often because I'm just now in remission from cancer. I've had to deal with that. When I only have one more 6-month trip, one more 6-month treatment, I should say, treatment, and I'll be done with it. And that'll be 2 years, a year and a half. What is it? It's been almost a year. I have to be they said I had to be 5 years in remission before they'll say, before they'll ever say I'm cured, which with my cancer as aggressive as it was, they may never say that. I appreciate you, Stephanie. Wingspan, as far as my sister's concerned, I haven't heard from her in a week. Thank you, Jugglastus. I appreciate that. My sister's still fighting for her life. She's a few years older than I am. We get to that age, it starts happening. In my family, we go early. Well, my father's side of the family, they live for a very, very long time. He lived till he was 90, or almost. Anyway, I'm not holding out hope on her. I pray for her. That's all I can do. I did let her know that she made me a promise the last time we saw each other. I don't know. She may have gone back into it, Wingspan. I don't know. Anyway, there's no promises for any of us. I've had to learn to live with that. With that sister, Wingspan, 2004, we almost lost her. I didn't see her for 6 months. Didn't hear anything for 6 months except my family telling me that she's no longer with us. Oh, geez. That was right outside. Don't. Like I said, my chihuahua is getting restless, and we are out of time. Guys, pass the word. I want to expose the part of our life that we don't see, that controls our lives. You have no idea how much control our world is. Public schools, the news, the TV shows, and the music you listen to. And yes, the music you listen to. I listen to independent artists. I don't buy commercial successes. They couldn't get me to sign a contract. I almost signed a recording contract back in the late 70s. Didn't want to be any part of it because I saw what was going on behind the scenes. It's a part of our world that most people don't get to see. I want to show you what's going on. Cliff, you have a great night. Everybody else, I'm at the same point here, Cliff. I'd like to close this out, and I'd like to thank you all for being here. It was so kind of you to drop in, giving me your considerations. Let's get the big picture up and running, and we'll do this again on the big picture. Bless you all. Please be safe. And always record your government. Have a great night, you guys.